Good morning, good morning, good morning. I know. It's 11:30.
Yep.
But your world is here and we promise you till 1 to kuhapa na wewe. Thank you so much for staying and waiting for us to come on to your Relationship Tuesday. My name is Mikali Mary. Karibuni sana.
My name is Lubebe. So good to see you. Yes, we apologize for starting late. Lakini lazima tungelipa bills, okay? And now we're here. And like Mick said, it's Relationship Tuesday. And you know by now, mambo ya roho, mapenzi.
We suffer. There's always a conversation every Tuesday. Like if there's a day we don't lack topics.
Yeah. Is on Tuesday.
Yes.
Isn't it? A lot of people are heartbroken. Mambo ya mapenzi inaumiza watu sana ama what's happening because by days, yeah?
There's always something.
There's always something.
Yeah.
One day we need to have a conversation on relationships zenye zimethrive, at least tupatie watu hopes. Because most of the time...
But mwaka mzima nimekuwa hapa, we have not.
We have even baby.
We need to be louder about it this year.
We need to be louder.
Yes.
We need to be louder. Yeah, but listen, it is so good to see you. Today is Relationship Tuesday, and we're tackling infidelity in marriages. And I know this is not the first time we're having this conversation, but you see, marriages are different, okay? And things happen differently, and people have different stories as far as infidelity is concerned. And for me, but it's always why. Why? Kwa nini tu mtu cheat? Si kama tu unaona haiwork, wewe sema listen.
I think they set out. Maybe, but anyway, we'll have a... No, I'm just... It probably starts with a message, a secret call. You know, a lie that is meant to protect you, Winnie. I'm protecting you.
Oh, don't even say that. Don't. Okay? Yeah, it's always an excuse. But to call the experts, Leo, it's not about us. We have experts here on the panel this morning to help us really understand. First of all, what is infidelity? What is considered cheating? Because what you're saying is true. A lot of people say, I did this because I wanted to protect you. Okay, but I'm saying, but ilikuwa tu message. But tu ilikuwa tu.
You know, is that infidelity if it wasn't physical?
Yeah. So what exactly is considered infidelity, and you know, how bad can it get? Like, when do you choose to go or when do you choose to stay? So it's a lot, okay? And we have limited time here on the show. So let's meet our guests for today. Who do we have?
Mkono wa hapa.
Yes. Who do we have?
Kushoto. Right next to Winnie, we have Dr. Jane Kimani, who's a relationship expert. Lovely to have you on the show.
Thank you.
I wish the better half angekuwa hapo next to have been an easy introduction.
Yeah.
We'll get there. So that is Dr. Jane Kimani. Right next to Dr. Jane, we have Emmy Magale, who is a gospel artist. And today on the show titled Divorcee. So we're going to be tackling that as well. Right next to Emmy, we have Gilbert Nate Manyasi, who's an apostle and also a divorcee. And better half wa daktari is another daktari. Dr. Julius Kimani, lovely to have you on the show as well. And this was the perfect combination for this show.
I think so. I think so. But before we start the conversation, we have a question for you this morning. And the question goes, what role did trust play in your relationship before and after infidelity? Okay, what role did trust play in your relationship before and after infidelity? That is what we want to know from you this morning. Right here on Your World at NTV Kenya across all board is how you can reach us. Again, use our digital platforms. That is at NTV Kenya. Utuambie, what role did trust play in your relationship before and after infidelity? But can we just start with that?
Yes.
Infidelity.
Okay.
Dr. Jane. What exactly is considered infidelity? Because they say there are different levels to it, there are different types of infidelity, but at its basic,
it's full contradiction.
Basic.
Yeah.
I think it's defined differently based on the person who is offended.
Okay.
Because there are people who say this person has been unfaithful emotionally. You've not been there for me. You've given your attention to so and so, and that is also a kind of an infidelity. The emotional infidelity, where somebody is absolutely empty for you emotionally, but kind of like gives a lot of accolades and attention and everything to somebody else. So that is one level, and a person can go through a lot of pain. And sincerely, even the trust and everything issue is wounded at that level. There is now, of course, the level that advances beyond that, where if it is not stopped at that point, it now becomes physical. And when it becomes physical is when the two of them now have had now the intimacy, and now that's now another level of infidelity, which now comes with its own very serious package of pain. Yeah, so infidelity, if I look at it from even another, now let me put it this way, the religious perspective, looking, lustfully,
thinking.
And thinking, you know, that look is accompanied by thinking. You know, there is that follow-up look like this, you know, what are you looking at? So, and there is that looking also, which is somebody feels like you're being unfaithful. Why do you follow that one with the eyes and not that one?
The other one.
And you keep following like this. It's not just...
Not just looking and then that. Okay.
Yeah.
If you say then the looking, but I think all of us must do it. All of us have cheated, right? Because we've had those moments where we've looked. There's some people who actually, together with their partners, they actually look together and they discuss what they have seen.
The problem would be one, who are we looking at?
Okay.
If we are looking at the girl, and he's the one who kept looking, you know, at times the women will use this as a psychological buffer.
Okay.
Or, wow, she looks so nice. It's like trying to say, I can see what you're seeing. Stop pretending I can't
that you
see.
can't.
But now if it is a guy, you know, and especially for ladies, we hardly have an issue with following up on guys. Really, the looks for guys, I don't think, okay, sometimes yes, for those who are attracted by looks. But let me say, according to a lot of research, women are attracted by other things in men. Other things. Not necessarily that is
looks
short,
is not the first
fat,
thing.
tall, this. That may come in when they are dating. And you're looking for a dating partner. When it comes to somebody who is already in a relationship and now is starting to veer out, rarely is it because I saw him and he was tall, I saw him because we were short, he was thin or fat, that's why I went out with him. No, rarely.
Rarely. Before we get to case studies today, I want to talk to Daktari and just find out, when we talk about infidelity, what are some of the... Is it just physical? Does it always have to end up physical? Or is there the in-betweens that also count? Or does it really, really count if we've gone to the extremes of the physicality of things?
It actually count?
No, I think if you look at it, you know, it's like when you go to a restaurant to eat food. You actually eat it before even you get there.
That's true.
So as I will say my wife and Dr. Jane was saying, you know, by the time you have already started the touch, the dates, the conversations. You know, for example, if you find out that your guy or your lady is talking about the way when they meet, what they will do, and they still have not done it, you know, it is still so painful. So I think infidelity is the whole process. Because when you begin to see where it went off, it still hurts. And repairing that relationship that had started having a conversation or just having the meetings, still takes a lot of energy to repair it, just as the one where the action has happened. So you can't say that it is painful because it has happened. I think it is when the entire process has been there, because your mind has shifted. You have already started seeing that person. You have committed in your conversations, you have committed in your heart, in your mind, and therefore you're just waiting for the act. It's like you've ordered the food in a restaurant.
Do they people cheat because they want to have intercourse, or do they cheat just because they are bored? Or
we're looking at the reasons why.
It's like
majority of the times people say it didn't mean anything. Like they don't matter to you know.
Dr. Jane,
I always have the same reaction because it does not matter. The point is,
you did it.
You did it. You know, and most of the time, people actually consider it cheating when when it gets physical.
Yes.
Right? But then see. I mean, the look and the think and the sliding in the day, people don't consider that as cheating. But I wonder from you guys, because again, so today, you're coming here to just let us know, first of all, your stories, what happened, but just to even speak beyond that. How are you now? How are you doing? What are the things that you learned from, say, your marriage that you're not taking into, the next, if that is the goal? But let's start with you. First of all, was because we have people who say, maybe if you cheat, that's it. It doesn't matter, it's the devil, whether it's they slid into your... That's it, So was that a thing for you, like a strong boundary, that if you cheat, then that's it? And then just take us through probably a little bit about your 4-year marriage.
For me, the moment I found out that my husband was cheating, that was it.
Okay.
I left there emotionally. I was just there because of the kid.
How did you find out? What happened? Had you seen the little telltale signs, the macho thought, anaongelesha mtu mwingine, mama messages?
I'm an overthinker.
Okay.
Generally, I overthink. So there was a time he could be emotionally distant.
Okay.
So nilikuwa nasema, I'm overthinking. Is it because I have a small child? Ama niyo inaitwa postpartum depression. But now one day nikaona tu kwa simu that alikuwa na cheat, and he was cheating with someone that was very close to me. The lady was also a gospel singer and the guy is a producer. So going deeper kwa simu unapata he's not even cheating with one person.
Oh no.
Yeah. He's telling another one, your finger deserves an expensive ring. And remember, I don't have a ring with him. So that was it. Ata ungeniambia tena. So I was just there because of the kid.
Okay.
Honestly, my emotions were out. Nearly logged out. I was just there physically, but now... And then he was not trying to like save the marriage. He was on the other lady's side.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So one day I just woke up and walked out like I was going to the market. I even left my phone and that was it. Yeah.
So before you found out, because you said there were telltale signs, he was emotionally distant, and then you went through his phone, saw what you saw. So what was that conversation like?
Okay.
When you say, hey, listen, I have discovered that, like you're emotionally distant, but this is what I have seen. What was that conversation like with him? Or did it even happen, the conversation, just to find out, hey, what's happening?
As ladies, as women, when we find out that our partners are cheating, we usually tend to confront the other party, like the lady. Imagine I took her out, begging her not to continue the relationship. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Then she told me, no, he told me he's not married. You're just there because you got pregnant. You're just taking care of the kid, and now you're not even the wife. It's because of the kid. At some point, he told me that you'll separate. It's because you don't have a job. I was so traumatized. Alikuwa anafika kwa nyumba hivi namwangalia, anajiuliza huyu.
Haukumwambia?
Nilimwambia, he knew.
Okay.
And he told me, huku ananiambia he's not with the girl, na huku anaambia huyo msichana he's not with me. So I was trying to fight for something that was not, for someone that was not fighting for me. And at the end of the day, nilikuwa drained emotionally, and I felt, no, this is not it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long then did you stay? Because you said you stayed, so emotionally you were detached, but you stayed for the sake of your baby. So how long did that happen until you decided, you know what,
Actually, let me take you back. When I was in labor, I told him to take me to hospital. Then he told me he's busy. He's busy recording the other lady. Yeah. When I gave birth, he didn't come for me. He was busy. Few months to giving birth, he told me that, I don't have any cash. You'll have to go and look for a way that you'll give birth. Yes. So, cheating to me, okay, I don't know if I was overthinking, but me naona ilianza before me getting the baby. But I was not like very certain. But after getting the baby now, like 7 months after,
Yes.
because my daughter is born
April. Okay. So uko September ndo nikaanza kuona hizi issues. So we broke up the first time because of the same lady. Then the second time also in 2020, and that's when I decided to leave. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And
we'll look at probably how you've been able to go through that and rebuild again, if you dated again and all of that. But Apostle Gilbert, karibu huku kwetu.
Asante.
How long has it been since you got divorced?
I can say 2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
Okay.
2 years, and I'm happy.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So and how long were you married before
Before the
the
We were
divorce?
married for almost 5 years.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So can we go back?
Let me say maybe the mistake I did was that I ignored some red flags. Tukianza dating.
Kulienda ajuni flags
Hiyo
gani
dating
hizo?
ndio niligundua huyu mtu kuna mahali anakimbia. Na hizo za messages pia zilikuwa. Na hata alienda nje nikajua. But sasa unajua she was my first girlfriend.
Oh.
Kijana ameokoka sana, namjua Mungu. So I was told forgiving is good. Na pia nilikuwa nimeamua mimi divorce was not part of my life.
Okay.
Yeah, the life was that nikiishi nikiwa mtu mzima, I marry one lady, we go on with life. But now when that happened, let me say it was maybe in the year 2019. Na alikuja nikatambua, but I kept quiet, sikuuliza.
Okay.
After some days, yeye mwenyewe ndiye alikuja akaniambia this person did this, raped me. Nikasema no, if this happened, but nilikuwa nafanya conversation in the phone, whatever they were talking, missing each other and what. Maybe at some point aliniacha 3 months, tumeona 2 weeks, akaenda. She came after 3 months. So those things but ilinisumbua, but because I was not in for divorce and because I loved her.
Yes.
So that's why I decided just tuendelee na maisha, but imekuja ikanicost sana 2023.
Okay.
So I can say divorce officially divorce 2024 January, but mentally kwa hiyo ndoa nilitoka 2023.
Okay.
Yes.
Sasa hii 3 goja kwanza. So you said when you guys were dating, there were some of the red flags that you saw, ignored because hey, first love, your first girlfriend, but you ignored. But did you have a conversation about it?
At some point I can say Gilbert, I can say I was not mature because I could not confront some things. I could just keep quiet.
I see.
Unajua tena unapenda mtu sana. Sana nilikuwa napenda sana kuliko hata ungeniambia chochote hata amefanya hii na hii. I don't listen.
You were like, she can do no sin.
In my eyes.
In my eyes. She can do no sin.
Fika mahali alipokuja akaniambia this happened, I forgave her. Tukaendelea na maisha.
Okay.
Life was okay. But unfortunately 2023 hapo alipopata kibarua, mimi nikawa pia nao mambo imerudi mbaya kiasi, nimerudi down. So tena the same guy ambaye alikuwa 2019 nikaona tena ameanza converse vile watamit. So wamepanga vile watamit. Nilikuwa naona in our relationship tulikuwa tunaishi maisha ambayo iko, let me say, kwa sisi tulikuwa tumekubaliana kwamba simu yangu ni yako. You can go with my phone wherever you want.
Okay.
I go with your phone wherever I want. So sometime mtu angetuma maybe messages when I have the phone. Yeah, but nikajaribu confront, ikaleta kisirani sana, nikajaribu kuingia kwa best couples. Ilinicost. It almost took my life, especially in 2023 up to 2024. But haikuwa rahisi.
I see.
Yes.
Venye Emmy anasema probably alienda confront the other woman. Did you try to talk to the guy? Because inakani kama this guy was consistent with her for quite a bit.
I didn't talk to the guy. Okay. I told the lady very simple, mimi si kijana. Na hata mimi kuna watu wananikatia. So message zikiingia, I tell them the truth, I'm married. Sasa nikiona message imeingia kwa simu yako, maybe we're talking na wewe unajibu. And watu na mimi siwezi laumu ule mtu. Najiuliza why are you conversing with him and already you are married? Mimi naweza kwambia hata nilikuwa rafiki zake walikuwa wananikatia, naambia rafiki yako fulana ananikatia, but because I love you and I'm open to you, I have already told her I'm married, and now it should not be done like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we just talk about what you make from the two different stories, which at some point zinakuja kunini kidogo about finances, and probably we'll talk about the role that finances play when it comes to, like, you know, marriage, infidelity, and all those things, because they talk about red flags. So the red flags ignored, probably tried to have a conversation around it, but then again things escalated even during the marriage, just to pick from what they've shared.
You know, looking at the relationship, yes, as we say, there are reasons that people cheat. And of course, the cheater, not the animal. Definitely, of course, they are fast, you know, because they are cheating, they are fast on the other side. Yeah. But you see, at the end of the day, they already have made up their mind to do what they are doing. And that's why we are saying we cannot blame the person who is cheated on.
Okay.
But there are reasons that can drive people to or escalate. Number one, the lack of communication. You see, like what Apostle is saying, he saw the red flags, but he did not want to confront it because he loved the lady.
Yeah.
So you'll find there are people who will do whatever they are doing because there is no communication. Secondly, you know, when you talk about red flags, you know, it's like when you're buying a car and it's sounding funny, you know it will break down.
Yes.
So when it breaks down, you should not be shocked that it broke down. You either get ready to repair it or maybe discard it. So, and I'm not blaming any of one of them.
Yes.
I'm just saying, especially to those who are outside there, you know, red flags are a sign that tells you something is wrong. And if you don't confront it, when you get married to that person while there are those red flags, then you are rewarding their behavior. It's like you're seeing somebody stealing sugar, kids stealing sugar, and then you buy a packet of sweets and give to them.
Yeah.
So you have already allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
And you know, most of the times, the reason why people ignore red flags is because of the love. You know, you're like, this person, you know, I'm trying to think about the apostle. He's saying, this person was a nice person. And she's also saying the same thing. So you hope that the person will change. So lack of communication is one big thing that leads to that direction. Number two, there are those things that we call personal. Somebody has got a low self-esteem, and they keep on needing validation from others.
Yeah.
So even if he says, I love you, like even if she does and says, I'm a woman, I will cook for you, I will do all these things, but this person has a gap in them. And they still want to be validated. They want to know, am I man enough? Am I a woman enough? So they will blame their spouse for example, you didn't have enough money. That means there's a gap they have in them that is pushing them to that direction. So in conclusion, just in a little way, it is important to note that what they are saying, that there were red flags that were ignored. And that is one important thing. Before you get into a relationship, if a red flag comes up, you either confront it, get a solution for it. If it would there be a solution, then you would rather stop the whole thing. Because eventually one day it will happen.
It will come out. Because wanasema orange flags. The pink ones.
Because it actually really does manifest if you ignore them, because there are things that we just bury under the carpet and we keep going and you know deep down that niliona na nikailenga. But when we focus on probably the reaction or the feelings of the person who's been cheated on and the emotions that they go through, because sometimes they end up blaming themselves or thinking, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not good enough, mimi basi naonekana ni kama ni mjinga hivi basi kwa sababu nampenda, you know, all of those things. But when we look at that reaction or what I feel as the person that has been cheated on and what not to feel, or probably create validation around that.
Yeah. The first thing I say is don't carry the blame. A lot of people carry the blame. And the first thing is a wish, a false wish. If only, you know, the first thing they want to meet that person. And then they start thinking, if I look like that one, if I would put on more weight, if I would cut some weight, if only I was like this, if only I was doing this, possibly he would have loved me. And I would like you to understand that the person who has been cheated was okay in that relationship. They had hope. Like, you know what they were saying? They were in it for the long haul. And so they were there, they'd given their whole. And so they begin to ask themselves, what didn't I give? What more could I have done? And that is one part where I tell people, don't beat yourself. Because you can beat yourself for the rest of your life. If you continue on that path, the next thing is you begin to get depressed and you hate yourself. Some ladies do things that are to the extreme. I will not even mention them, to the extreme. And at times you find even men getting into relationships, not because they love that other person, not because that person is in their character. Some of them will even go to a one-night stand because they are trying to remove a pain or to prove something now to themselves. That is now the second stage when that pain now becomes too intense. And if they lack somebody who they can walk with, most of them lose faith in the institution. And when they lose faith in the institution, they fight everything against the institution, not realizing it was one person, it was not about the entire institution. So people go through pain, people go through rejection. And the worst of it is when you reject yourself. When you reject yourself. I tell people, at this point, don't lose two things. Don't lose yourself and don't lose your God. Because those are the only two people who will keep you sane. A lot of people reject themselves, they hate themselves, they'll sign off from jobs, they'll fail to go to work. And if you don't have a friend who is realizing that you're going down the drain, depression begins to set in. And the depression can get to the maniac stage if nobody realizes that this person is getting depressed. Some will stop showering, perhaps even doing their hair, cleaning up, eating. Most of them will now get to just sleep and extreme sleep. Others to extreme talking and talking and talking unnecessarily. Others just to silence. For the men, most of them get to silence because they're trying to look for a solution inwardly. Men look for solutions inwardly, so they keep quiet. And I tell people who live around somebody, because there's always a friend, when you see something has happened, don't keep quiet. If something like that happens to a person, talk to a person. And may that friend be a real friend who can watch out on you. Because you need somebody who can watch out and say, things are not going right. A lot of people are getting now completely maniac, others suicidal, others are doing things that should not have happened. But it is redeemable. It is redeemable when somebody gets to a point where you wake up from the stupor and you realize, I am going down the drain, I need to love me. And I tell people, awake and love thyself. Nobody will love you the way you can love yourself. It may have happened. It is okay. Take yourself out for a treat. Cry when you need to cry. Yell when you need. You get a pillow. Yell. Hold that pillow on your mouth and yell as loudly as you can. Your neighbors won't hear you. Just do what you feel you need to do that is within the right discipline of life. And then from there begin to love yourself. Don't get into another relationship because most people begin to bleed on another person.
Tushikilia hapo, Dr. Jane. But me, when come back from the break, we have a controversial question, okay? What if I am the reason why the person cheated? Most of the time we actually look at they cheated because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rarely do we look at what role did I play to that person. So what if I am the one who you know, because then how do we move from there? Listen, let's take a break. And then when we come back, we'll continue because there's so much to discuss in terms of then, after you discover, then how do you move past it? And when is enough?
Does infidelity mean that it's over?
That's it. Yeah, you know. So there's so much to come from the other side of the break. And a quick reminder on the question that we're asking you today, and that is, what role did trust play in the relationship. This is after
rebuilding the trust.
Yes,
before and after
infidelity.
Yes.
Twende break. Philip atatuchapa. Twende break. We will see you after.
Welcome back to Your World. We're 4 minutes pressed to midday. Nana kwambia maneno ni infidelity in marriage, and that's what we're talking about. And the question that we're asking you today is, what role did trust play in your relationship before and after infidelity? What role did trust play in your relationship before and after infidelity? NTV Kenya on all of our social media platforms. Winnie, wanasema vipi?
Hey, Robert Ngetisha anasema you can't trust a mature person.
Huh?
Yeah.
You imeishia hapo.
Yeah. Okay. You can't trust a mature person. Hivyo tu ndio amesema. So yeah. And then Jose yule chef anasema at NTV Kenya musifufue vidonda, wacha nini na mimi. Letele wacha nini na mimi, musifufue vidonda. Tumewacha. But tell us, what role really did trust play in your relationship before and after infidelity? Keep sending them. We'll be going through them as we continue with the conversation. But before we went on a break, if mimi ndo nilikos,
you played victim.
Huyo mtu aende, okay? Yes. Is there a way that sort of like I can redeem? Okay, or maybe I'm getting ahead of myself in this conversation, but is there a way to redeem, you know, myself and say, listen, najua nilifanya ukaenda, lakini nimechange sasa to like owning up, you know, that you played a role in this person going out, and is that even justified in the first place that they went out?
All right, let me ask you. I would have asked it. Let me try and make it a good question, because I wanted to ask a very hard one. Now, when we say I caused you to go out, what role did I play? Possibly. We are not talking of physical role. Because the first question people ask when they come for counseling, let me just place it as it is. Nimi nilimtoa hiyo trouser.
Aha.
Ama nimi nilimtoa hiyo nguo. Those are the real questions that happen. You get what I'm saying? Those are the real situations. And so this person will try and explain, no, it was emotional. You are not there for me. And so, because everybody looks at the end product. What cost it? Ni mimi nilikupeleka ukalipe hiyo nini wherever they went, the Airbnb. So somebody always wants to know, why do you say I did that? And so that is one of the areas that a lot of people are caused. However, I do not believe ever that somebody will ever push you to infidelity. It is a choice.
Okay.
It is a choice. Because by the time you end up in infidelity, you had very many other options. So many other options. I will not understand why you finally chose the path of infidelity. You could have chosen the path of stepping out of the marriage. You could have chosen the path of perhaps having this conversation.
Make it work.
You could have perhaps chosen the fact of not starting that friendship that actually took you there. And most of them say, you know, I started talking to him or to her because you were not present. I wish just the way you got her into that home, got him into that relationship, you'd have started that conversation. You know, you're not present for me. I'm feeling tempted to talk outside there. You know, the truth sets us free. You're opening for me so many doors. Why are you not having conversation? Why are you not creating time for me? And many a times you realize the person who steps out usually blacked out the other one and gave attention to another person. It was always a choice. And that's why I will always say, to the end of the day, it's a wrong choice that somebody finds. And when you talk of, did somebody contribute at times? Yes. Let's talk of emotionally. I said again, I will not agree that you made the right thing. The question is, did somebody push you towards a wrong direction? Nor did somebody cause you to become unfaithful.
Okay. Yeah, because it's true. Because a lot of, and the reason why I'm asking that is because I had a couple's story, and the lady actually owned up and say, hey, listen, I was too toxic for this guy, that they tried to find a solution, but I was not ready for that. So I sort of like pushed him into that. But majority of the times we focus on this person who's cheated without necessarily focusing on this person who sort of like pushed them into.
I would want to know the state of mind of that person who at that point was saying, I was too toxic, that's why you walked out. Could it be somebody who was saying, I want to salvage anything? Anything, because at the end of the day nobody wants to lose. It gets to a point where you say, okay, finally. And you know why? Because also these relationships are redeemable. There are some that are redeemable, and based on a lot of your bringing your beliefs and everything in the situation, and she could have thought possibly, yes, there's a role I played, but then she wants the man back. She wants the institution to work. And so she carries the 100% blame. I believe, yes, you can own up to a certain percent, but you cannot be the 100% reason why this person walked out. Because at the end of the day, this person made a wrong choice. The attention this person gave the other person, if they brought it home, the marriage would have stayed. If the kind of gifts they took outside there, they brought them home, the marriage would have stayed. But yes, you could have been toxic, and perhaps she knew, she could have been, you know, it could be perhaps her hormones were completely imbalanced, and so she didn't want conversation.
It's like, no.
No, but two wrongs don't make it right. Just because you were toxic, then it doesn't mean that this will make this relationship better or this marriage better. But, so it's just...
So at that point, they should have gone to look for a solution.
Yes. But did they talk?
Did they talk? When she realized things were going wrong, even her, did she talk? So for me, I say, for somebody who wants to rebuild back, at times they carry the blame. Because you want back your family. You look at the children, you look at your future, the plans, and it is okay if it will make it work and if you will be remorseful enough for you. But I don't know if it gives the other person the burden enough to remain faithful. Because next time you'll say, you see, she's still toxic. That's when I went to somebody else.
I mean, you agreed you were and you carried the blame 100%.
You agreed you're bad. And the parents were here. And they know you're bad. So I don't think we need to give somebody a tool or a weapon to hit you back with. You where you know you're wrong, you work yourself out.
Tumesikia. Emmy, how was it for you? Now you've locked out of this relationship. Emotionally you're out, then physically you're out. Now you need to rebuild and start again. How easy or difficult was that for you?
I think it was very difficult because the reason I came to realize the reason he cheated is because I had gained a lot of weight after giving birth. So I started going to the gym. It didn't work because now I think I was stressed. Nikitoka gym nakula tena.
It's a lot of things happening at the same time.
So I really tried everything. I went, talked to our pastor. You know, ours was come we stay. But now I started going to the church that he was going. So I went, talked to the pastor. He was called. He didn't want to go. I talked to his brother, his elder brother. He didn't want to go. I talked to the mother. He didn't want to go. So nikaona, maybe it's his character. Because when you want to rebuild something and someone else is not really working on it, you're doing zero work. So venye ilifika ataki kuenda kwa kusolve, like he didn't want to solve. Mimi nikaona hapana, this trust, hata I wanted to take the blame, niseme yenyewe nimejiachilia sana because nilipata mtoto na I took the blame, nikaanza kuenda gym, but even that one didn't work. So, nili feel I'm doing zero work and sikuona kama I will continue in it. So my trust was really broken. I was betrayed. Sometimes I could sit down and ask him, kweli tu, this is what you want. He's busy with the phone. He could take the phone. Hello, he's talking to the lady na anatoka nje.
So he had like checked out.
But before that, you know, we broke up twice because of the same lady. 2018 I was not big. So nikaona maybe ni character yake. So I think maybe there's something that I was doing that was not making him comfortable, but he didn't want to communicate.
Oh, and I hear what Dr. Jane was saying, that sometimes we want to take the blame. Maybe it's me, maybe it's because nilieka chumvi wingi kwa chakula, or I look a certain way, and we tend to take that blame. But at what point then did you ever come to that realization that, hey, it's not me, it has nothing to do with me, it's them and the choices that they made?
I think men need to be taken through therapy before coming into marriage.
Okay.
The first cheating, unaweza sema labda ni mistake, kama tuwekele shetani. Tutekele shetani. Okay. But now the second one, unaona huyu ni kama ni expert, because even it's true, because imagine someone is cheating na amekaza macho, like you're trying to talk to them, it's like anajua tactics. Atakwambia where you're overthinking, but sasa imefika mahali umemshika kabisa, ameshindwa, sasa anaanza kukuonesha, yes, this is now
sasa hivi ndio niko.
So meaning alikuwa na feature, sasa juu umemshika, wacha atoe tu true colors.
Okay. Apostle. Sasa msichana tulipenda.
Msichana alitutesa jamani. Ni pole. Lakini even going through all of that, na wewe ndio umekaa, wewe ndio umekuwa ukikubali kwa sababu uliziona. Uliona akafanya ukasamehea, ukaona SMS ukasamehea, ukaona tena akakuja akaconfess, kamwambia acha kuconfess, nilishaona messages. What did you feel when you made that decision eventually to let go? Or did you take your time to probably go process the emotions bado mkiwa ndani, ama ilikuja kukuchapa after sasa mmeachana ndo na realize the way I've been taken for a fool for so long?
To me, I can say that situation was a very big exam to me. Ilikuwa mtihani kubwa sana. Nilivumilia sana. Sisi kwa tumefanya harusi. So nikachukua time nikaenda nikaona watu waliotusimamia harusi. Huko tulipofika ndio mambo yaliharibika sana.
Kwa nini?
Mimi nenda nikawaona, nikamwambia nyumba yangu mahali imefika kuna hatari. Na my biggest mimi kwangu, number one, I was not mature. Number two, wakati nilipata pesa nikakimbia nini? Kuoa. Which was not the right time for me to get married. Yeah, but nipenda kuona best man na msichana akaitwa akakataa kwenda. Nilikuwa nimeenda complain kwake mara ya kwanza because hizo messages na nini. Kakaa tena around 1 year nikaenda tena kumuona akakataa kwenda, but eventually we are going to go. Tulipoenda tukaona that man, we talk. Fika kule mambo yakageuka, akasema this man beats me every day, he want to kill me, he threatened to kill me, he has done this, he has done this. I kept quiet. Alipoongea hivyo wale wote wakasema, Gilbert, if you are doing this to your wife, it is wrong. Wakaniambia, okay, ask her forgiveness. So mimi sasa nikapiga hesabu, that time I was a pastor, I asked forgiveness, turudi kwa nyumba. Na yeye tukarudi kwa nyumba ndio mambo ikawa wasi sana. Sakawa na amehama bedroom, analala sitting room, do those things for 1 month, hivyo ikaenda. Mambo ikawa wasi, ikafika mahali nikaona ametoka shule, amerudi kwa nyumba, anapack vitu zake tu akapack. Nikamuitia pikipiki akaenda kwa best man wangu, akakaa huko for some time, like 2 months, nikafuata, kumbe alienda akaniwekea kesi.
Na best man.
Ndio nikaika kesi, sasa kesi ikapatikana sina makosa. After a few weeks, sasa nataka tena nirekwe ndani so that they can carry out items from the house. Na sasa ndo naitwa police. Nipenda police, askari waliniangalia tu. They were walinihurumia sana.
Ngoja niulize, alikuwa what did he do with this best man?
I don't know, but when I went to see the best man, I went, maybe I need the right person who can help our marriage to stand.
Okay.
But I didn't know that I am opening a way for frustration. And maybe I don't know what was happening because the best man was so close to my ex-wife. That's the issue. After maybe 1 month, when I was called the police station, I went. But unfortunately, by that day, I was scared ndo alinisaidia tu yenyewe. Juu alikuwa amenipea permit ya crusade, na pia crusade ni amekuja amesema amerudi kwa, kumbe alipotoka alienda akasema nilifukuzwa kwa nyumba na nguo moja. And this man want to kill me.
Okay.
Sasa Karo akasema kama kuna shahidi nini, let us go and pick the man. But hakupatikana na chochote. Mimi sikujua kesi imewekwa. Sasa kwa best man house was not very far from me. It was just 5-minute walk. Sikuwaenda kusumbua huko. When I came back after this 1 month, sasa wanataka sasa niwekwe ndani so that they can carry items in the house. So sasa ndo naitwa tena. Mendas amesema amerudi kuchukua nguo za mtoto na yeye mtoto nitaka aende shule, nimefukuza na mimi sijamuona 1 month. So askari wakawa furious sana. They wanted to come for me, but I told them just give me time, I'm coming. When I went there, nipenda kuona wakashtuka sana ni mimi. Bahati nzuri nilikuwa crusade nini. Wakasema ulifukuza mama na nguo moja. Nikamwambia sikufukuza mama na nguo moja. I can just call guys who carry this woman from house. Boda guys wako mbali. Askari waliposikia hivyo wakashtuka sana. Sasa wewe mama umesema ulifukuza na nguo moja, kwa ulibeba vitu zote, unataka nini? Askari wakasema tunajua unataka kubeba vitu kwa nyumba. But unfortunately alikuja alibeba almost everything in the house. Sasa hapo ndio shida ilianzia mimi. Depression ingeniua vile doctor amesema. Nilijifungia kwa nyumba several days. I could not go to work. I could not do anything. I fought for this marriage for over 1 year. Nilikaa na wachungaji hao, kubishwa pata ile tuunganisha, nikakaa naye, tukaongea, wakaniambia hapana. This lady is our daughter now, we will make sure we frustrate you. Mpaka kurudi kwa hii church ama ufanye hivi na hivi ndio tukurudishie msichana. But now to other people, the lady saying I want to kill her, I'm doing this. Nikatafuta mchungaji mwingine ambaye ndasa ameleo msichana anasema the man has done nothing. Haja nifanyia chochote, mimi ndio nilikuwa nataka tu nikae nipumzike, nitarudi. That is now 8 months when she was out. At the time I decided 8 months she has been out. Nimejaribu kutafuta msaada sana, nikaona tuunganisha hawa hawezi tusaidia. Me look for another man of God, now I've raised this lady who know her better. After this man of God akatukalisha chini akaongea, nikamwambia the man of God the truth. The lady says this, but I have not done that. My greatest mistake is that my finances are down. Now alipouliza msichana, alimuita kwa ofisi, ndio kitu nilisumbua sana. Tulikuwa na yeye wawili. Kauliza msichana, why are you not in the house? Is this man beating you? Does this man want to kill you? Nikafikia the lady atasema the truth, aseme huyu jamaa anipigana anafanya. The lady said nothing. The man just said, the lady alisema mimi nilikuwa nataka tu kupumzika, nipe huyu jamaa time, nitarudi. Nitoka kwa hiyo ofisi nililia. I was looking at my kid, stuck divorce. My minister now sasa depression hiyo time nimeshapoteza kila kitu, sina hata mahali pa kuishi. But now depression iliponishika vile doctor amesema, as a man you cannot talk to anybody. The lady has said you want to kill her. Sasa kama askari wangenipata na anything, mimi ningeshikwa. Vile askari wenyewe wakaniambia this lady tumepata una mkosa na vile tumekuangalia you are a very humble man. Kitu tutakwambia tu usiende mahali msichana anaishi, usimtafute private, usimpigie simu. So akaanza kuniambia Gilbert, now you can, watu wakikupeleka, hata wakaniambia nilikuwa na depression ikinishika na record kitu kwa simu na post Facebook. Wale wakiniona wananipigia simu wananiambia tutakushika, tutakuweka ndani na report na waribia jini. Sasa wakiripoti kwa hiyo police station na askari wananipigia simu wananiambia kuna kesi iko hapa na Gilbert, hao watu watakufunga. Sasa askari wakaanza kunisaidia kama you have to look for the way you will come out of this thing. So after those 8 months, nika decide you madam kama amesema kwa huyu mchungaji simfanyii chochote. Na kwa kila mtu paka mbele ya watu amesema anapiga anataka kuua yeye, nafanya kila kitu. Now this lady I will not go with her in the house. I started just to let her go, but it was not easy.
It's a move series, but because imagine all of that happening for you to come at the end to say we've gone to police station, tumeandika makesi, all lies. And kuna wachungaji, there's so many people from outside, and that brings in the aspect of society. The society that we live in, the people that we have around us, and how we've had this thing from people probably older than us, wenye mkiachana kwa ndoa unaambiwa nyinyi rudini mkasaidiane, you are meant to be in there. And probably that is where he was coming from a space of you need to stay in marriage. It is forever. You know, and the role of society when it comes to dealing with such things like infidelity and, you know, marriage is breaking.
I think people need to become sober. And also to learn to reason and listen carefully. Because if, for example, as he's saying, on one side, there is false accusation. Then on the other side, she's saying he has done nothing. You know, the reconciliation of that means there are people who are illogical, who have refused to look at the reality of the whole issue and say this thing cannot work. Again, we need to understand that if it is not meant to be, it will not be.
That's true.
Now, today, he's here, he got divorced, he tried his best, but it didn't work out. Now, the other person had already purposed to move on. And so, we, as a society, we need to be very careful on what we push on. Because we have seen, I think we have had cases even that came to the media where you find a lady lost her hands simply because the pastor said, go back to that marriage. And there is physical abuse. So I think we need to get very sober when we are solving issues. Let us first get to know what is happening. And are these people willing to change? Because separation is permitted.
Yes.
Because there's no need of having two people in the same house who will kill each other and then after that said they never divorced because they stayed together forever. So the thing is, everybody in the society, especially for the servants of God, even when you're hanging on that scripture that we are saying that God hates divorce. He hates it because he knows what it does to people. Like he says, he got into a depression. But now, it can do worse if the person who is staying there has already chosen the path of infidelity. And that person will not change. Now you can imagine our sister here, she goes to the gym, loses all the weight, and she's trying to keep the marriage, and probably they are pushed and forced to stay together. She will eventually become a stick because she's trying to be that person that the man wants. And it will eventually kill her. So the thing is, it is to be logical. But what I say, especially where the society needs to play, and this is especially for young people who are listening, people, and she said a very good point, everybody needs to go for therapy. Because we come from backgrounds, and we have, many people have their own traumas. And they come in a relationship believing that some things need to go this way, and they need to go that way. But when you go through counseling, there are real questions that can be asked, and they come out truthfully. Like for his case, the lady would not have stayed if he was broke. For her, for the case, that man probably wanted somebody who was different when it comes to figures and all that. So, but when you go through counseling process, counselors are able to bring out the thorny issues that can be able to change the reality of things. And I also want to add something. I think Dr. Jane has said something, and you also mentioned about something where, what if you played a role? I also think for each one of them, as they get into the next level, because they will get into a relationship, they need to ask themselves, what is it that I can be able to change? Not necessarily about the physical, because there is always a trigger to something. And we have had cases where a woman comes and says, my husband has refused with all the conjugal rights, and he's anasema hata nitafute mtu. Now where would you place such a person? Cheating is wrong. But there is a person here who has decided, I will not give you what belongs to you, and you ought to go out. We have also the other side. We have men who have been told, tafuta wa pili ataenda uoe. Now this man is a guy who is in charge. And that is what he hears every single day. So he's struggling with his own emotional needs. He's struggling with his own physical needs. He's not able to get them. Now, of course, when a thief steals, he'll pay for the price. But there is this person inside the marriage who is actually playing such a big role in pushing the other person. So what I'm simply saying is that when it comes to marriage, let there be a conversation about meeting the needs. Because if that woman came into the relationship, she came because she had her needs. They ought to be met. If this man got into that relationship, he came with his needs. They ought to be met. Because when you deny each other whatever needs are, they could be physical, emotional, then you are actually laying a platform that the weak person who is not strong may find themselves in the same trap. So I think people need to have a sober conversation so that they can be able to know, where do I hurt you, or how can I meet your needs effectively, other than just pushing a black thing.
Speak on like expectations, sort of, and probably when we come back from the break, then would want to understand, do you go into it with expectations? How do you communicate your expectations and your needs and whatnot? I mean, there's so much to come on the other side, but just a reminder on the question, none of them Anyway, I'm trying to say, what role did trust play in your relationship before and after infidelity? Philip, just one. This is Diana Muga who says, if your partner has trust issues, always accusing you, just know it's because he's guilty. He is doing it, period. Amesema hivyo. Twende break. Right here on Your World. See you after the break.
Welcome back to Relationship Tuesday. We're talking about infidelity in marriage and the conversation. Yani, we are hearing things today and wondering, Yeah. And you know, even during the break, there's something that Emmy said that he cheated and cheated and he cheated. I'm like, it's cheating addictive.
And cheated with a bigger
girl. Yeah. Gym.
Imagine. It's a big girl. Unasema is blessed. She's blessed. Na mimi nilikuwa naenda gym nikate weight.
What did that do to you? Because uko gym unataka to lose the weight so that sort of like a change perspective yake, but now him
sasa ukienda gym na hiyo mind unataka to lose weight because of this.
Yeah.
Uta lose your weight.
Nikasema
kama imekataa ni sawa tu. Venye Mungu ataamua wachaamue.
I see. Yeah. Listen, swali ya leo. Hey. What role did trust play in your relationship before and after infidelity? There's someone here who anaitwa Go D on Facebook. They say it prevented unplanned pregnancy. Okay. And then another one says, listen, there's like mtu amesema ako hapa sahi. Yes, Junior Mtru anasema, this is what I'm going through right now. How I wish. I'm really dying inside. Just the imagination every day. Now I paid dowry. Was I paying dowry for someone else to come and enjoy free just like that? Whom should I tell my story? Her family members, or what do I do?
Oh God, that is so hard.
Please help this person. And then protagonist Philip Sagwa anasema chaos.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then another one said, you can't trust a mature person. And then this other person, I think it's totally different. It's not related to the conversation today. But this person who's saying, I'm going through it right now. Who do I tell my story?
Yeah. Now, I want to tell him, and also her who is also going through the same situation, get a person who is not related to either of the two of you, because we don't want people who are subjective. We want people who are very objective. And I usually would wish you'd get either a counselor. You'd get, for those who say, we've got at times a bridal party, we've heard from him. There are some who have got the ability to handle, there are some who don't. But at times, even in our nyumba kumi, whatever, there's that wiser woman, that wiser man who is not your age and who is not in your competition gap you can talk to. You can also talk to either a spiritual leader in whatever spiritual denomination you go to. And again, I say a counselor, and make sure you talk to somebody close to your heart to guard your heart for you. You need a keeper at this point. You need somebody who can be like a keeper. He talked about getting so depressed. He locked himself inside the house. We thank God for those messages you are sending out, and so they would come for you. The police would come for you. It would have looked bad, but at least they kept you alive because at least somebody was chasing you. Assuming nobody was chasing you at that point, you could have gone down the drain. There is something I would also want to add to this too, if you may allow me. When I listen to the two of them, I will also use this word. For the two of them, they are enablers.
How so?
An enabler is a person who creates an environment conducive for somebody to do the same mistake again.
Okay.
You have enabled. Let's say the first one, you forgive and you go through it, but now that the person kept doing it, because like in your case, and it is not a blame, you are now expounding on it, because we need to be strong. You need to be strong for the next relationship. At times we are enablers because we are so in love with the institution of marriage. So I would rather do anything other than separate. Number two, because you believe so strongly against divorce. And so utavumilia tu. In the process, you're enabling them because no change is being done in their lives. But you're thinking, if I go to the gym, you might like me because you left me because I was... So he's seeing you struggling going to the gym. He goes to another one because now you have enabled him. You have not put a caveat in his ways. You need to get to a point to say, this one you've done, this is the truth. Look at my eyes. I will forgive, assuming they ask for forgiveness. But next time, was there a next time? No. It was I'm pushed and pushed. So you leave because you're left. You actually leave because emotionally you're already left. And so it takes you down the drain. And I tell people, we do that at times because we are fighting for what you believe in too much. But don't fight too much beyond loving yourself. Get to a point to say, I will not go beyond this. This is it. This is enough. The line is drawn here.
Setting boundaries.
Yeah, and so if you want to go, now you go. Actually start going. I don't need you. I'm not going to lose a kilo for you. I will lose now for me. If I need to lose, I will look beautiful for me. If I need to look beautiful, because in spite and despite of the fact that you've just come from delivery and you're there busy pushing machuma so that you can cut weight and look like that other person. Because you know what they do, these people? They always put a picture there for you to feel like, if you look like this, I'll be there. And you keep chasing. It is like the donkey and the carrot. You keep chasing something that you'll never catch. Because that is not what they want. They themselves don't know what they want in the first place.
Clearly.
Because you said at the end of the day, he married a lady who was well endowed. So he did not know what he wanted. And I tell a person who is going through that kind of a situation, stop it there. Where have you enabled your partner? At times, you know, this, sorry, you're afraid, you're brought for gifts. They understand your love language.
And they will use
so they use your love language and they use the very mistake you said, you know, I know I'm not beautiful. So they keep saying, but you know, you are. So I just saw a beautiful one. See, no, so we need to understand you are the very best.
But having said that, Daktari, then, and to Daktari as well, we've had their story where they pushed until it ended. But are we saying that probably infidelity is a no-no? Do we have relationship that actually can't rebuild after that? And if they're rebuilding, what do we need to do as this couple that we know one of us did the thing and we're giving it a chance? And how do I determine, swali 55, how do I determine that this ask for forgiveness is actually genuine and to give a chance to it?
I will say one thing. In every relationship, you must enter with terms and conditions. Which most people don't do. You know, like now, you are working here. You know the terms and conditions. And they also know your terms. If you break the terms, there will either be exit, or if there is any working out of the broken terms, they will come with a cost. So there are those non-negotiables that you need to get into a relationship, and the other person knows. Because when a person does not know what are your expectations, and she mentioned about it, the expectation you're coming with, it is, then they can play with anything. So entry point, it's very important, especially now because they definitely will get married again. So they need to go in there knowing that there are some things I will not take. There are some things I will not tolerate. Then, if it has happened, there has to be a willingness. You see, for both, they were not willing, because relationships can't work when it's only one party. And that is why there is one person sometimes in a marriage who is working so hard, one-sided relationship. And eventually, when this person gets tired, they stop completely. They can't continue. So, if there is infidelity, for example, he was willing to forgive, but she was not willing to take the forgiveness. You know, there is also taking the forgiveness.
Yeah.
You know, she's abusing the forgiveness. And she's not also willing to cut off and say, let us work on this relationship. She never did that. So there is that, you have to weigh. And the person who is hurting sometimes may fall trap because he really needs the relationship. And therefore, when they say, I forgive you, and the other person says, I accept forgiveness and I will change, they are likely to take them back in.
Yeah.
I think there is a need for a process. You have to see remorsefulness. You know, at least you see somebody has said they are genuinely sorry about it.
Yeah.
But this person is sorry, but they are not willing to delete even that contact. They are saying they are sorry, but you have suggested that you move from that location because the guy or the woman lives around, and they are saying no. My terms are tutaendelea kukaa hapa. That means that person is not even remorseful. Because somebody who is remorseful will pay the price. Will say, I'm ready to do anything. Some of them even give up their phones for a while to rebuild trust. So it is important to have a conversation before, non-negotiables, and if there is they are going to work on the relationship, let it be two of you. There has to be willingness. Then look for people who are mentors, and they are ready to cut what needs to be cut and place what needs to be placed. But now you're finding on his case, there is somebody who is already telling him, you go home. Your wife will stay here. That person is already one-sided. Have objective people who will work through the relationship, who will point the mistakes and tell you this is where you're going wrong.
I know, Dr. Jan, you'd want to contribute to the same, but looking at the time, we have less than 9 minutes before we have to say goodbye. But I want to hear from you too. For you, Emmy, it wasn't just one. It was twice. Okay. So, hey, and we don't have time to go through the other one, but if you can just probably just highlight what had happened, and also just help us understand. So, did you seek help? How are you doing right now? Mmejipatia time to heal before you got into another relationship? Do you want to get married again? There's some people like Mimi.
Never again.
Never again. The hand is up.
So after the first one broke, nilichukua kama 2 years and some few months. So I jumped from a frying pan, ama inaitwanga
frying pan
to the fire. Yes. So Mimi, I told myself now, because the first one failed, so huyu mwenye nimepata wa pili, it was just a relationship. But alikuwa ameniintroduce kwao. So me, the only thing nilikuwa nimesema, watu walikuwa wananiambia ati sasa unaona vile umebreak, haufai kushinda umetoka kwa marriage ama relationship. So me, the only thing ninge forgive ni infidelity. So I tolerated a lot of things. I tolerated a lot of things. So this guy mwenye nilimpata, kumbe anakuja anaishi kwangu, alimpea tu ma story ati he was staying with a friend, now the friend amemtupa nje. Kumbe he was staying with the lady akamtupa nje. Now I found him with nothing. That was the first red flag that I ignored. The second red flag was alikuwa ananiomba pesa sana na sikuwa naona kama kuna shida, because nilikuwa nasema sina msupport. Sini wangu. Kwani wewe utakosa kusupport?
Na infidel. Ako faithful. Kwanza unamwacha kwa nyumba, anashinda kwa nyumba, jioni unampata. Kumbe you leave the house, analeta watu kwa nyumba. She brings different women in my house. Jehovah. And then kwa balcony nimefuga kuku. Sometimes anatoa nguo zangu anaika kwa nyumba ya kuku huko nyuma kwa balcony. Yes. Sometimes naenda kazi napatana na nguo yangu inanuka kuku. Yes. And on top of that, mimi nikasema wacha sasa, tulikuwa tunaongea, but hiyo yenye alianza kutoa nguo zangu kupeleka kwa nyumba ya kuku, na nilikuwa napenda kutravel. So when I traveled, watchman ananiambia, unajua kuna mtu analetwa kwa nyumba ukitravel. So siku nyingine nikasema wacha nirudi. Nikajipanga vizuri, nikasema na travel, nikamwambia bye, mpaka kanizindikisha vizuri. Kuenda nikarudi around 6:30 jioni, nikampata na walinichapia kwangu. They beat me na wamefunga mlango. Majirani wanajaribu kufungua mlango yangu. And you know, hakuna venye nitasaidika. Na wakanichapa na wakanifukuza na wakalala kwa hiyo nyumba.
Mimi the only thing I could forgive is what? Infidelity. Na ndio hiyo nimepatana nayo. So akataka kuni change mind, tukaenda kusolve kesi nyumbani
kwa mama,
because he knows mimi napenda kusamehea. So mimi nikaenda nikasolve. Kumbe they had planned, nia yao ilikuwa tu ni kuni-exhaust.
Kusamehea hata nini?
Imagine.
Infidelity ama ni kuchapwa? Ni gani?
Walinichapa ile serious beating.
Even the girl beat you.
The girl is beating me. Si ameambiwa hiyo ni nyumba ya wewe mwanaume. Na picha yangu inakuwa
oh, so you are the intruder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Na and remember, kumbe he had another lady mwenye ako na mimba yake. So the lady alikuanga anaishi place ingine. Na sikuwahi notice this guy is double dealing with other women. So I didn't know if I was the side chick. I was the main chick. Yes. So one day I decide, let me go and surprise the mother-in-law.
Yes.
Mi nikaenda nika surprise the mother-in-law. And that it was on a Friday. Yeye alikuwa ametoka kwangu amesema anaenda kwa rafiki yake because they were going somewhere. Yes. So upon reaching Ushago, nimereach usiku. Na yeye ana travel hiyo usiku afike asubuhi huko. So yeye kujua mimi naenda huko. Mimi nilikuwa nimesema acha tu ni surprise mother-in-law because mimi nimeintroduciwa huko. Kwani kuna shida nikienda? Imagine I went, napata kumbe alikuwa ana plan kuoa huyo msichana. And that lady akona mtoto wa 4 months. And I remember 4 months ago alikuwa ananiambia sister yake ati akona issue, akona preeclampsia something like that. Yes. So anataka kufanywa immediate operation mtoto atolewe and otherwise they will both lose their lives. Nikatoa pesa yangu kwa mfuko. Mpaka nilikuwa natoa manguo sister yake apelekewe. Kumbe
unapelekea bibi ulikoa.
Nikafika kwa boma napatana na huyo msichana. I didn't know it's the lady but mimi nilijua ni sister yake because si anafua nguo zenye nimepeananga. Nimekuwa nikipeana venye mtu anaweza kuja kuambia nipe hizi nguo zinatosha sister yangu. So I was shocked. Nimefungulia mama yake biashara ya kuku. Nimenunua ng'ombe. Nilifika kwa hiyo boma, I was so shocked. Nilitaka kusave whatever I can save. Kama ningekuwa napika ningebeba hizo kuku. And kulikuwa kunanyesha, nilifungua ng'ombe. Nilitembea na ng'ombe, watu wananichekelea. Yes. I was crying, I was sobbing, watu wananifuata. Mzee mwingine alikuwa ananihurumia. Ananiambia madamu usijali, ati hiyo boma inakuanga na mambo mingi, hata si wewe wa kwanza kufanyiwa hivyo. Oh my God. I cried. I took my shopping. Na unajua vitu nimenunua hiyo asubuhi nikikuja, it was a market day. Nimeenda Luanda market, nimenunua shopping, nimenunua tiles, nimenunua mabati, fence.
Unakuja kumaliza nyumba yenu.
Nilikuwa naleta ndio tutafute mafundi. Si naenda kusurprise mother-in-law.
Hey, ngoja hii.
Sidhani kama niko na bandwidth na hata hatuna time.
I think this is a conversation that needs to continue to next week on Tuesday, really, because when does it stop?
And then again, now have you gotten help? Because as we were talking earlier about enabling and all of that, after wamekutandika kwa nyumba, alafu bado unaenda kusurprise mom.
Anyway, my question would even be, have you dealt with the anger?
Yes. Mimi nikionanga mtu anataka kunikatia naweza hata ita polisi.
That's the anger.
Sasa tutaendelea next week. Apostle, tutaendelea next week because we also need to hear from you. Yes, you've forgiven her, but have you healed? Do you want to get married again? You know, because there's a lot that we need to explore. And pia to our two daktaris, so tuwapatie like 30 seconds, you're willing to forgive, to pause, so that we continue just based on what she said. In like 30 seconds each, because we need to be out here in
For me, I just say there is hope.
There is hope.
It doesn't matter what you have gone through, your life can still flourish.
I see that. I really, really like that. There's hope.
I agree.
Yes.
Hope. For me, I'll say, don't compare. You're a man because God made you a man.
Yes.
You're a woman because God made you a woman. Don't compare with yourself with the people that they cheated with. Because if you try to fit their box, it will break you. So be you.
Be you.
That is the key.
Okay. Emmy, 10 seconds. Yes. Alafu pia Apostle 10 seconds. Ya ukweli. Unaweza sema nini?
I don't mind giving love a second chance, but I think it will take time.
Okay. That's a good thing. Yes. We will take that. Yes. We will absolutely take that. Apostle?
Yeah, I'm okay, but I'm focusing on rebuilding back myself. Yeah.
That's a good space to be in.
Yeah,
if you ask me.
because you asked him earlier and said, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Divorced 2 years ago, but I'm happy.
When we start the show, watch out to make a pause, okay? And we've also not gone through all of your feedback in terms of the question of the day. So watch out to pause, and then we'll continue next week on Tuesday. But for now, allow us to say goodbye. Thank you for watching. My name is Winnie Lubembe. See you tomorrow right here on Your World.
My name is Mukali. See you tomorrow, same time, same place.
Goodbye.